The Tissot Superpole race at the Pirelli Portuguese Round gets underway. And it's a fairly good jump from Álvaro Bautista there. He's straight up alongside Alex Lowe's to move into third position as they head towards turn at number 1. Toprak Razgatlioglu, Jonathan Rea, Álvaro Bautista leapfrogs Lowe's and relegates him down into 4th position. Further back, a steady start for Andrea Locatelli. Scott Redding running out wide there as he tries to defend from Axel Bassani. Loris Baz getting swallowed up somewhat. He's dropped down to 9th position. Garrett Gerloff, who started 11th, is already up into 10th place. And Iker Lecuona has dropped back majorly on this opening lap, so Lecuona obviously getting into difficulties. He's outside of the top 20 altogether, and that more or less scotches his chances of a top 9 position on the grid for race 2 this afternoon. We recover our leaders with Razgatlioglu, Rea and Bautista line astern, 0.4 of a second between them. Not quite such a sharp start from Jonathan Rea this time as it was in race 1 yesterday afternoon. Álvaro Bautista's come past the pair of them and they're almost 3 abreast back into the first turn at the start of lap 2, and Jonathan Rea has to back out of it. Toprak holds on ahead of him, but it's Álvaro Bautista who's come through on the pair. The number 19 leads from the number 1 and the 65.
Yeah, that's Ducati power come through there, but you're going to see Toprak try and do everything he can on the run into turn 5 because he's got to be super aggressive to make the move now to try and get himself back to the front, otherwise Bautista's gone.
Here goes Toprak then in towards turn 5 on Álvaro Bautista. He moves him out of the way and Jonathan Rea had a sniff as well. Álvaro Bautista then coming off the final turn at the end of lap 5 is a little bit closer this time to Toprak. We saw how he breezed alongside the number 1 a lap ago. We ride on board with Bautista. He's through this time, but Toprak's going to be later on the brakes, and again Toprak manages to hold firm into turn 1. He knows he's got to, because if Bautista gets in front there might not be any opportunity to get back through on him.
I think one of the big things that you're seeing with Toprak is that he'll just live to fight another day through the rest of the lap, but down into turn 1 he's going to make sure that he's got that inside line. You can see smoking up that rear tyre.
On to lap 7, Bautista's got the job done even earlier this time. Razgatlioglu tries to sweep back through and now has the inside again into turn 1. Razgatlioglu on the absolute ragged limit to ensure that he maintains track position ahead of Álvaro Bautista.
Bautista led across the line that time critically as well, so that's something to keep an eye on.
This is Garrett Gerloff, and separated from his machine, and looks to be in some discomfort as well as he walks away. So hopefully that's okay for Garrett Gerloff, but it must have been quite a high-speed spill. Into lap 8 then. Another chance for Álvaro Bautista down the start-finish straight. Again, he manages to find his way through. Toprak again desperately late on the brakes. I think he was even further back this time, and Bautista with a massive moment going through turn 1. And that's the wake-up call for the number 19 Ducati, and the realisation that trying to go toe-to-toe with Razgatlioglu in the braking zone puts Bautista in real danger at the front of the field. Still Bautista closing as we ride on board with Razgatlioglu, but Toprak's got a greater advantage this time. I don't think Bautista even got his nose in front.
Yeah, there for Toprak, he's on the normal racing line. He was enough of a lead there over Bautista, half a second in that final sector, but even then you could still see how much ground Bautista was able to make up.
Bautista goes even tighter. Álvaro Bautista has the inside line. Toprak Razgatlioglu has the advantage under braking and holds on to the race lead. So it could well be now the final turn for Álvaro Bautista to try and get alongside and nick this race victory from Toprak Razgatlioglu.
10 laps into this, well, it's a 10-lap Superpole race. We're still doing 1 minute 40.3s from Razgatlioglu. That's still within a 10th of a second of his fastest lap of the race. So that's really impressive now at this point. That's why they've dropped Jonathan Rea.
Bautista through turn 13 is tagged right to the tail of Toprak Razgatlioglu, the closest he's been in towards the final sector. Opportunity to do the job in the run down towards the line. Razgatlioglu has managed to open that gap slightly in the short sprint to turn 15. Bautista doesn't look to have enough. Toprak Razgatlioglu is going to do the job here in the Tissot Superpole race. It is Razgatlioglu who wins it ahead of Álvaro Bautista.